Okay, so the first thing I want to do is apply ganache on the left hand side of the cake if you're right-handed, and if you're left-handed on the right hand side. Okay, so if you just get the ganache mixture, it's got a nice consistency, just a nice structure. You can see there, just sticking onto the palette knife just nicely there. Okay, so we just want to lift a big dollop out over to this side of the cake and spread back and forward. Now the idea is when we're ganaching the cake, we want to put loads on and make sure you've got that lip there. That's the important part, is getting that lip there. So just placing the ganache on near the top of the cake, but not spreading it in. You just want to create that lip. Okay, back and forward like so. Okay, once you've done that, if the ganache is soft enough, which it is, I just turn it around and I then apply ganache onto the complete opposite side. Now if you put it on too thin, you just be there all day, because you just scrape too much off, and then you've got to go and put more back on again. So you may as well just really coat it. I've got a wee lump there, so just take that out. Just pop that on the table then out. Okay, so again, make sure you got that lip going the full length, back and forward. There we are. Okay, then we want to get a jug of hot water. Just so happens I've got one down here. So that's been boiled in the kettle, and then you get your metal scraper. So, just see it? Yep, that's fine. So dip your metal scraper in the hot water. And you want to hold the scraper wet with your hands right at the bottom, so your pinky right at the bottom. You're pulling across the cake, you want to be not this angle, you want to be really close to the cake, so you get a nice smooth finish when you go across the side of the cake. So if I pop it in the water, pop the scraper on the end of the cake, and then I'm just keeping that pressure as I pull it across. And then off, straight off the other end. Don't go around the corner, just go straight off. Now you can see there, what's happened is I've not touched this part here. Now I'm going to leave that now, turn it around, and then I'm going to just do the same thing again this side. So scrape all the way across, and again just off at the end. So that was a better one there. So what we've got is a few options here. The first option, I've put so much ganache on, then I should really just try scraping more to see if I can get that end bit fixed. Nope, so it's still going off there, so all I'm going to do is pop some more ganache on. Okay, maybe put some of that side as well, but mainly put more down there. Okay, and then try it again. Okay, so on there. So okay, just and always watching this part of the scraper when you're pulling, okay? And just take your time. And there we go. So that looks much nicer. So I'm just taking some of that excess away. Okay, so it's definitely a messy job, but can you see how lovely and smooth that looks? Okay, nice and smooth and flat. So around this side. Now it's the same thing again. I've got a little bit of ganache at the end there that I need to fill, so I'm just going to pop a bit dollop on there in the hot water, and then just pull it across nice and smooth. Just keep watching the cake as you go across, and right off at the end there, like so. Now you can see it moving a little bit there, so I'm going to do it very quickly again, so make sure I'm happy with it. And there we go. Okay, so that's it. So you can see that nice and smooth. Both ends look nice and smooth. We've got that lip that's going all the way around. So the idea is once that comes out of the fridge, it's going to be hard. We cut that off, and that's just got two very sharp ends. And then we repeat the exact same process for the other two sides. Okay, so that's the cake been in the fridge, and you can see here it's firm to touch, but it's still a bit it's got a bit of movement to it. Okay, so what I want to do is get your hot palette knife. And you want to put your palette knife at the top, and you want to push it away. So start from the tip, and you're pushing away, like so. Okay, and then you can see there you take the top off like so. Put it back into the water, and then you want to cut the sides off, okay? So part of the top and then just cut down. Then once you start cutting down, you have to commit and keep on cutting, and that's how you get that nice sharp edge, okay? So there, and commit and go right down. Now, if I turn that around, you'll see how nice and sharp the edge is there, okay? So we want to do the exact same thing again. You're better having a little bowl at the side to collect all your scraps. You can reuse them again for something else. Okay, so off the end there. Back in the water. Again, the knife down and just cut all the way through. And there we go. Okay, so look how nice and sharp these edges are. Nice and sharp, nice and sharp. Okay, so I'm going to have a quick tidy up, and it's the exact same thing again. We want to apply the ganache down here and scrape, but I'll do that when we come back. Okay, so now we're going to move on to ganache and the other two sides. Now, while I was away getting organised, I completely forgot that I was doing this to camera and started putting the ganache on the other two sides. So I've just scraped it back off just to bring it back to the cake again. So I've just got another bowl of ganache mixed up for that. So it's the exact same process again. Just soften your ganache and big dollop on the side. Now this cake, you can see it's not the straightest cake, so we really do use a ganache just to sort of straighten it all up and get rid of any lumps and bumps. Okay, so paddle back and forward. Remember, the more you put on, the more chance you have of getting a nice smooth finish, apart from when you put a really big lump of ganache on like that. Let's put that on the side there. Okay, and then we're just going to turn it around and then just apply on the other side as well. Okay, so then get the hot water and your side scraper. So remember, you want to put your hand at the bottom of the scraper, hold it against the cake, and then just pull it across and off at the end, like that. Okay, so you can see the ganache come off. Scrape, let's have another wee shot. Make sure you get that nice straight line. Now you can see there, I've taken a lot more ganache off, but there's a little bump there, so there we go. Now if I have a look at that, now you can see I've got a lot of cake showing through, and I've got little bumps, so I'm probably going to have to put another layer on there because it's just a little bit too bumpy. But I'm best to refrigerate it first and put a layer on once it's went hard. Okay, so let's turn it round. Do it again. So scraper on the end and then slowly pull across and off the end. Back in the water and off the end there, like so. Okay, now if you look at this one, it's the same. I've got a few bumps and lumps and there's quite a lot of them. So what I want to do is just let it firm up in the fridge. I could put it on a layer on, but this is just a different way to do it. It just means you've got a firm base, so when you put your second layer on, it just goes on, it's really easy to scrape it off and get it nice and smooth. Or you could persevere and put another layer on. So this time, we're going to refrigerate it and then fix it when it comes back out the second time. Okay, so that's the cake being in the fridge. It's soft, but still firm to touch. So what I want to do first of all is take off the top again. Okay, so just across, the same as before. There's still a little bit on the soft side, but as long as it's firm to work with. So just round and just trim off all these little bits. So this one's a little bit extra work, this cake, just because it wasn't a nicely perfect cake to start with level. So you just got to spend a bit more time getting it nice and sharp. Okay, so I'll leave them there just now. Now I can reuse them again, I'll just put them there so I don't mix the two different temperatures of ganache. Okay, so on with the ganache again on the side. So that instantly feels better, popping the ganache on. It's going on nice. I can put pressure on it. It's going to help just get that nice, neat finish. Okay, so we'll get the scraper in the hot water and just very lightly pressing it on there. I just want to take my time, 100 times better looking so far, and then off the end. Yep, there we go. So you can see the difference there straight away. Turn it around. Across. Now you can see this one's got a few lumps and bumps. Oops. I'm going to take that out. Yep, so I'm just going to apply another layer on that one and do it again. Okay, turn it around, back in the water, and then on again. There we go. Okay, so there's still actually a few wee lumps and bumps in that, but I'm going to leave it, and I can show you how to fix it in the next stage. Okay, so back in the fridge till it goes hard, we cut it off, and then we can start putting the ganache on the top of the cake. Okay, so that's the cake in the fridge. So you can see it's firmed up the sides. So again, hot water and a palette knife, starting from the tip and pushing it away. There we go, so it comes off. There we go, and then down the sides. So when you push that, every tip when you push down the sides and push it away. And when you get to the bottom, push it away again and pull it off. Because sometimes you can actually pull the chocolate off if you don't do that, okay? So no, there's not much taken off there. And then round this side. So from the tip, pushing away from yourself. And then down the sides. Okay, so there we go. So that's just got that done. So what we're going to do now is go around and just have a look. I just want to check the neatness of the line. So I'm putting a metal ruler or a ruler around and just having a feel for it. Good. Now you can see there, that one's not good. It's touching the cake in the middle, but it's not touching the side. So this bit here is sticking out too much. Now to fix that at this stage, it's quite easy. We just want to shave some of the chocolate away from the bottom. That looks better. Let's just double check all of them now. So that's definitely got a nice straight edge. That bit there's sticking out a bit at the top, so I'm just going to fix that. Just keep shaving the chocolate away. It feels better. Okay, so just check nice straight lines. Just shave away if you feel there's too much at one end, and that looks pretty good. Good, okay, so I'm going to tidy the board up, tidy the table up, and then we come back, we're going to move on to putting the ganache on the top of the cake.